Y'all really be out here tying things up, huh? Okay. Oh no, my sinuses are royally screwed up right now too. I think it is this constant change in weather. Because honestly, being 70 degrees one day and then being 55 the next. Hi, Fairy! You got a job? Congratulations! You're working at a hotel. Ooh, that's fun. Who's texting me? So the saga with the place that my parents are renting continues. So they have a cleaner coming in. To clean the property. I don't know why. But the people who are renting them the house also were like, we're going to be there too. But why? But why? So evidently my dad just texted me, there are 4 cleaners, the landlady and her husband, all in the house. It's not that big of a house. Where are they all going? We agree that you need medical attention, but we have no availability today. Excellent. Well, I hope that you're able to get in soon, Georgina. That's no fun. I hope that you feel better. I also just photocopied the pattern we're doing, so I don't have to keep taking out, like, the 50-year-old, thing. Also, did my bot work right in Discord today? It did! Oh, I'm very excited. I wasn't sure. Yes. I am a programming genius, okay? Not really. I'm just grateful for bots that make things easy. Okay. I don't have to remember anymore. I don't have to remember. Okay. Sharn's here, right? Because I might need you to do math. Those landlords don't trust anyone. Like we were saying, they must have only done, like, short-term rentals before at this, like, Airbnb. Or the, are they? I don't even know how they're renting this. I don't know if it's through Airbnb or through a different, like, online rental thing. But it's just been a nightmare. Okay. Oh, interesting. So, what is 20% more? So, they have 41 stitches total. But this should be 20% more, right? Right? That's the math we did. Hi, Moon. Thank you for the hydrate reminder. Wait, there are so many numbers. Hi, Curious. Oh my gosh, look at the mouse hold. Haha. Come to me, my little mousy friends. I forgot to open my Pokemon cards at lunch today. My app. I don't actually have. 49 total if you add 8 more. Okay. I got excited for the mice and... No, you're good. I don't blame you. Yeah, so there it should be 41 stitches. Oh yeah, absolutely. You can rejoin. Honestly, it happens more often than you think. Where people come and go, and that's fine. Honestly, I'm not upset about it. I'm not like policing it and being like, why did you? So yeah, come on back. Jinx. I love that I came into a math quiz. Trying to determine what... Oh, no, I understand. So many of us caught that. It's hard to, like, keep track of, and sometimes it can be overwhelming for sure. And sometimes you're like, what is this? So, again, I get it. So, interestingly, it says on here that I'm supposed to be picking up. Like, I guess they were supposed to have bound off. And then you were supposed to pick up and knit. So, whoever was working on this decided not to bind off and instead decided to keep them. So instead, I can just pick it up, which is cool. Also, I thought that this... I haven't been in most of these, yeah. I honestly put, like, a lot of Discords in folders. Like... And then I'll revisit them every once in a while and be like, what is this? Like, I'm also in a bunch of Discords that were, like, for people, like, birthday... Like, a birthday Discord. Where everyone was wishing, like, a streamer a happy birthday. That's nice. And then they, like, give the streamer access to the Discord. Aw, so sweet. But, like, I don't need to still be in those Discords. They haven't been used in, like, 3 years. Oh, yes, please do. Please do, Fairy. I'd love to see. Okay, all this time I've left this attached because that's where it was attached. And I did not need to because it's going to need to be attached at a different spot. Perfect! I didn't need all of this. It's fine. Okay. Let's cut this. Streaking. I did practice doing this stitch again last night, and it came back to me without me even having to look up what to do. I still looked it up to make sure I was doing it right, but I was proud of myself. To run errands. That's a tricky one.
I'm an arts and crafts master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm? Ugh, ugh.
This number is so big XXX.
That number is so big. You know what? Hold on. I'm curious about something. Okay, so my sub badge is 81 months. That means I have been an affiliate for 81 months. So you have hardly missed any of those months. Like, that's wild. Thank you so much for the resub. Just a couple of years. Just a few. Georgina, did you follow? I think that you followed when I was doing the cross stitch, the ornaments. I was wondering if you, because I used to stream, I don't even know if anyone other than Becca still ever pops into my stream from when I used to stream in my apartment. It was very, very infrequently. It was like once a week. Maybe a couple of times a week, and it would be like late after I got home from my job. Hi, Noelina. So, there is your star. Thank you so much for your resub. Yeah. No, that checks out. I'll leave that for now. For assembly in case I need it. Okay. So, first row with right side of jacket facing. And starting at right neck edge. Okay. So I need to pick up from this way so that my first row goes that way. So I need to start picking up. The before times. 2019 was when I moved here. No worries. Thanks for stopping in. I look forward to seeing what you wanted to share in Discord. It's always nice to see peeps stop back after a little while. You know what I'm going to do beforehand? So we said 49 stitches I need to have. We have 1, 2, 3. So it should be. I have 30 right now on here. So that means I'm okay with going up to 50 because then that's even. You know, like it doesn't have to be an exact 20%. So if I have 30 now, I need to get 10 in this area. That's it? I guess so. Oh, is Discord down? Oh yeah, there's some exclamation points on things. on some of them. The sweater's looking more and more like a garment. It is, isn't it? It's got buttonholes now. And pocket like the things, and then we decided to make the inside of the pockets red as well. And now we're doing the hood. The sleeves are done, they just have to be attached, but I'm just not making more weight right now. Like the sleeves are made. They're here. They exist already. This is like the red has been the only thing that I've added. This is going to be like the first body color that I'm adding, so delays connecting to the platform. Okay. Yeah, it looks like there are some issues, but not across the board. Picking up stitches, attaching sleeves, and weaving in ends. That's fair, honestly. I do not blame you. The whole last part of the garment, yeah. I get it. I, too, am not a fan of weaving in ends and assembly. I always see... One of the things that I need to practice is assembling my garments a little bit looser. I keep thinking that I'm getting better, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, well, the sleeves are kind of weird. So it's still, you know, I'm working on it. Hang on. Where? What are you attached? Where? Hang on. I need you all to understand the state of this box. Okay? I have partial skeins that I need to, like, you know what? Hold on. Not attached to anything. Okay, this is one of the ones that's over here. Not attached. Not using these. Ah. Okay, and you're the other one. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Artie's hat. I have so many of these little partial skeins. And one thing of brown. There's a Cheerio. I wonder how old that is. And a pill container. Okay. And teeny tiny bit of another project. Hang on. Wait. And 2 knitting needles. Okay. What are you? Okay, you're the sleeves. Okay. gosh. Hold on, I did see something interesting in here. What is this? Look at this cool tool! Those are proper inches, okay? Like that. Yeah, I don't know if it's a gauge. I don't know if you would use it to like measure Pete. I have no idea. But it clips in. And then this was like a tiny little bit of something. I actually just noticed that it's like pulling apart in a few places. Some crochet hooks, a cable guard, some cotton thread, and a little swatch of something. Alright, those can go back in there. Hello. All of this needs to be washed. I don't have a washing machine. It's fine. I have never washed yarn that hasn't been attached to a project. I am afraid to wash like a hank or a skein of yarn. No, I've never washed yarn when it's like in this format. No, only when it's been made into something. Like all of this, because you could see the box is waterlogged. Like it had gotten wet. So all of this really needs to be washed, but I won't wash it until it's been made into something. I could maybe hand wash. I worry about drying. Because how am I going to get like the very inner bits dry? Hey, remember when I lost another one of those pins? I found it. I'm only missing one now. Like I said, I'm sure it'll stab me at some point. I'm not foolish. Sorry. My hair looks a mess today. It's been a day, you know? How would you make sure the middle's dry? Yeah. That's what I would worry about too. Okay. So I have to just pick up 10 along here. Maybe, honestly, I might mark them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 pins there. That's fine. A nitty naughty. Oh, I love that. How am I... they're... I don't know. Okay, it is that crossbar thing. Yeah. I know what that is. And then, yeah. It's like... I don't even know how to describe it. I can show it to you guys, though. Let's find an image. Because the yarn... Oh, here, there we go. Here's it in use. Because the yarn would dry like that. The yarn would dry if it's all, like, stretched. Or just... There's not as much there, if that makes sense, as in a hank or a skein of yarn. Like, it's spread out more evenly, so it will dry more evenly. Yeah. Because there isn't, like, if you look at this one's cool, it's a PVC one. Like, especially if you do it like this, where the yarn lies next to each other. Like, if my fingers were, like, strands of yarn, they lie, instead of overlapping, or, you know what I mean? Like, it would dry, you know it would dry then. But when it's like this, I just worry. It's okay. The yarn doesn't smell. There's nothing about it that is, like, I need to deep clean this now. It's just, like, whatever I make with it. I mean, I wash everything I make anyway, unless it's like an amigurumi. So I just, it'll need a soak before a wash, you know? Some mild soap. Yeah, I really... Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see. It's whacked. So many good terms. I'm like, how... Does it matter? Here's the thing. Like, technically, does it matter if there's more stitches on this hood than they need? No. But also... I don't know where that stitch marker went. I have more. Yeah, honestly, here's the thing. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know how they were making this pattern in their increase. Like, if I had notes and I knew how they were making it, then I would be like, no, I'm getting it exactly the way that they had it or they were planning. But I don't have that, and I don't have anyone that I could ask how they were doing it. So it's more what's going to look proper. Like, I don't want weird gaps or weird, like, you know, like, I want it to look, I don't want it to look like someone else finished it. I want it to look like it was done by one person. So this is 10 stitches, so it looks like we might need 12 or 13. So that's not like a huge... Ooh, okay, I'll go take a peek. Because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, knitters of the chat. But if I need to pick up a stitch along here, that, here are the stitches already worked, okay? Hang on, let me put this back here. Come over this way. I'm gonna yell at you. I mean, let me go look at this picture while you guys look at what I was doing. Ooh. No, Lena, you're it looks like pasta. It looks gorgeous though, like your the consistency through it is very nice. Like, you don't have like weird chunky pieces or really skinny bits. Like, it looks really good. Are you going to dye it, or is it going to stay that color? Also, Smoothie, I freaking love your cat. I love when cats do that. Yeah, I don't want gaps. I don't want it puckering weird. She's a derpy angel. I love catching them in that yawn stage where, like, the jaw unhinges and you're like, yikes. By the way, Georgina's message about doctors reminded me. I am waiting to hear back from my allergist because guess whose hives are hiving. So I called to get some thoughts and opinions on that. So if I may get another phone call. I hope I get. I'm really over it. I am over. Oh, wait, you know what? It's gonna be that color. 2 colors. Oh, together. Okay. Cornflower yellow and natural brown. Loves a 2-color yarn. I love that. No, it's pretty. I like it a lot. So, you know what's interesting? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 here. And then we have the join. So if I'm just trying to match up 1 per row, then I do need more than 10. Really, Pokemon? Wow. So that was this row. This is this row. That one. Four. Good night, Mia. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know why I didn't just turn it instead of turning my head. Like a goober. Where's my water? It does need an update. So this was this one. Do you know what you're going to make with the yarn, Newalina? I knew it looked like food. I wanted to eat it. I love that. Okay, so 10 picked up there. And then maybe 3, because there's 2 here, 1, 2 rows, and then the join row. So we'll say 3 more, because I don't want to skip where the stuff was joined. So 13 is added. Ooh! That's so cool! I can't wait to see it. Okay, I picked that up. And now I just realized how do I carry this yarn there? Because these are stitches I don't have to pick up. I could just use another skein of yarn. Or cut this. Yeah, maybe I just cut this and rejoin it. Right? That makes sense. And then work over the ends, weave them in. Yes, no, maybe. Excited to get the crocheting starting, but it won't be happening anytime soon, yeah. I'm gonna say that that makes sense. Do what feels right. My knitting is chaotic. I just do what happens. There's gonna be so many ends to weave in. Oh, nice. I'd love to see a picture of the spinner that you're using, too. I know that it's rented, but I'm still curious. Okay. So I need to get 3. Also, I love that you're like that you're able to rent the spinner. I think that's so cool. This seems further away than this one did from the join. One. Maybe not. I will go take a peek. Ooh, that's a nice one. That's very nice. Zoom that back out a little bit. Two. 3. 4. Okay. Hooray! Technically 2 more hours of work. Bags are packed. Yay! How long are you going, Elf? Like, is it for the weekend? Is it for, like... Oh, well, I guess today is Tuesday. So... I guess it might be a little bit longer. Okay. I'm running into the same problem now. I have these stitches to put. Is there a way to, like... carry my yarn? Without it showing? Plants and I... Oh, that'll be a nice visit! Yeah, I mean, I guess it goes by quick. It's felt like a lifetime over here, but... A mime junior. Somehow still feels like March. I'm trying to think if there's any way... Because it's only 8 stitches. If there's a way to cheeky run my yarn. Because otherwise I'm going to have even more ends to weave in. Alright, I'm going to figure this out. It's stretch time. So get a snack, a drink, use the bathroom, take your meds, move your laundry. I'll be RB. Alrighty. Dang. Y'all are on fire. 2 perfects in a row. Also, I just need you guys to know I got up to pee. And I found a baby. This is a video. She doing a big sleep in the bed. It was really cute because like I saw her and I froze and I reached into my pocket and I pulled my phone out and I started recording and I missed it, but she did like a big stretch and like she did that with like all her toes and I'm like, dang it, I missed it. It was very sweet though. Just a baby. All right. Hood on. Hooray. Okay, let's take all these guys. Stick them over here. Okay. Put that there. Jeez. With right side of jacket facing, starting at right edge. And first band off. Pick up and knit. Okay, so I'm just knitting in this row. Okay. So we are just knitting. Eventually, it mentions an increase, which I guess is to give it a little shaping. Come on. There we go. I would imagine so. I know I like to read. One, two. No, I haven't heard of that. Hang on, I'm counting. Sorry. Okay. All right, hang on. Let me catch up. We started reading or actually listening to books. Wonder what that clink was? Yeah, the clink was the edge of this hitting the water bottle. Oh, interesting. And that one's good. I think that we have a... I think that we have... Yeah, I have a book section in Discord if anyone ever wants to share recommendations or what they're reading. You all are welcome to. Huh. So this pattern mentions use of a zipper. And I was initially thinking it was to, like, attach it to the sweater. It's for the top. So you could unzip it and then I guess fold it back. Like, yeah, because I'm doing this and then we're going to add the ribbing along the edge. And then it tells you how to do that. Bind off. And then you're actually making the ribbing separately. You're making the ribbing on the left side and the right side. And then finishing, fold hood in half along bound off stitches. Sew zipper in position, having end of zipper at center back and front of zipper at front of each ribbing. Sew ribbing in position at next, like, so you're literally, yeah, like a banana peel. Mm-hmm. I will not be doing that. I can tell you that much. See, now one thing that I'm a little confused about. Golly. I'm ready to join Pippin, evidently. It's interesting because you don't really see the zipper there. They also have me working 5 rows, knit 1, purl 1, and then starting this design. But I truly don't see why. Unless it's to make a little, like, spot where the hood, like, where almost like bunches. Do you know what I mean? No, because you're supposed to... In the 5th row, you're supposed to do an increase. To, like, make it... Trust the process? Hi, Tigress. To cinch the hood around your neck.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
To make it a little elasticy in that area. That could make sense. Hi, YCC. How are you? How was your stream? Hi, Half to Happy. We are problem solving a decades old knitting pattern. So welcome. Join us. Thrive. I don't even have like a photo of this. The best that I got was reaching out to a couple of people who have like vintage patterns, and they were able to kind of help point me in the right direction. I got this pattern. It was in a box of things that I collected from my great aunt's house when she passed away. It was started in the 70s. The pattern was written in 79, I believe. The yarn all has like, you know, dates on it. Let's see. Are there dates or what's on here? I think that I had just Googled it. So it has been a project. What were you working on today? I am fully caffeinated on 4 hours of sleep, but productive. Oh. Okay. Do you need to take a nap? Partner socks are almost done. Did some scale mail and a bit of spinning. Nice. Well, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. So yes, this project was like so many of our projects, like 90% done. Hi, Pippin. Were you taking a good nap? The body, the front panels, the sleeves, all done. The button band, buttonholes, pocket liners, and hood needed to be finished. So we have done the button bands. I have to do the pocket inserts, if you will, like the cuffs are done. I don't know what you would call this actually. And now we are onto the hood. So that is what you have just come into. We just picked up all of our stitches and we just knit our first row. So now we're about to get into the pattern. So perfect timing. You've missed the boring pickup bit and math. And now you get to see the fun stuff. So good timing. Okay, I think I have 58 stitches. I'm supposed to have an odd number. Hold on, I gotta count again. I have 58. So I gotta put one somewhere. Hi! Were you sleeping? Do you want to come up here? You can. Let me move that, okay? I have to put that on Sister's auto feeder. Come on. Hi, baby. There's just yarn, huh? Oh, look, cozy girl. Look at that back foot. Look at that back foot. Oh my goodness. Just a cozy mist. Just just a cozy miss. You can't see her because I was putting my head down. Oh, that's the baby. She's just a baby. That is not what I said, closed captions. But go ahead, Pippin. They want you to sing Justin Bieber. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, hold on. Hang on. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm getting this. Oh, yeah. You gotta sniff it? She grab it with her peeps. Speaking of your feet, I have to trim your nails, girl. All the other cats got their nails trimmed today. Grandma was here, so she helped. So, you're next. But you're afraid of Grandma, so... Oh, so, YCC, I know that you're a knit expert. This pattern is a knit one, knit in the stitch below, and that's the repeat, right? So it ends up making something like this, where it has a little texture, right? It's very nice. With the hood, it's having me knit one, purl one for 3 rows before increasing and then starting the pattern. That's what we were debating when you came in. Is that so that it's like a little bit stretchy, like kind of cinched at the neck, and then it increases to go around the head? That's what we were just debating. Her nails are brutal. So this is knit one, purl one for 3 rows. Okay. Like, I figure it has a reason, right? Everything has a reason, but it was one of those things where we were trying to figure out the reason because I like to understand. And it's especially hard for me because I don't have a photo of what I'm making. So an Umbreon! I literally just texted Angela in all caps. She's probably at work, and I'm like, there's an Umbreon in chat! Pokemon, I so weird. Angela, quick, buy balls! Buy balls, you're out of balls! I'm like, Angela's probably at work, and I'm texting her about Pokemon. You're already lurking. Oh, wait, what did I get? I got a candy? No! Devastation. Okay, buy some Ultra Balls. Pokemon, you hours. Oh no. I'm so happy that so many of us caught it. I hate that so many of us missed it. Like, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people caught it. I feel like that is rare for Pokemon to give it that many people a catch. I hate the fact that at least 3 of you missed it. 4 maybe, yeah, a lot. It is rare. My day's officially ruined. Honestly, I don't blame you. Get yourself a sweet treat. Okay, time to get some candy, time to get something. No, it's rare to have that many succeed. So it was nice, but it could have been nicer. Anyway, hi Angela, how are you? I don't know what kind of candy I got. I have Starburst on my desk. Sorry. It's not what anyone's asking. No! Get back on the freaking hook. Needle, whatever you are. Excuse me. The next Pokemon, yeah. Listen, everyone who missed a Pokemon on that one had better get, like, the next one. You know? That's all I'm saying. I bought 20 Ultra Balls. Good. I am ready. Imagine if one of us got a shiny Umbreon. I am not sure. How would I know? I have a golden ticket. Is that not how I redeem that? Poke ticket. Same thing. That is the second Latias that I've gotten. The first one I got, I hatched out of a freaking painted egg. Okay? Look at this. There's one. There's the other. I have 2. I also have multiple painted eggs. See, I wish that I could trade with you guys. Cause like I don't. That ruins like my head. You know, like legendary Pokemon you don't get multiple of. So it's weird that I have multiple of this one. You know. It messes me up. Cause my brain's like, no, that's incorrect. Holy cow. Well, alright. See, that doesn't seem fair. What do you mean some people get a freaking legendary Pokemon and other people get money? That doesn't seem... Not even like a ton of money. Where you're like, wow, I'm rolling in it now. Ooh, that's cool. Morning, Emily. Yay. Money. I'm sorry, getting a legendary Pokemon versus getting a Zigzagoon in the golden ticket is hilarious to me. Like, those are just a little different. Like, I would be a little bit miffed. What's up, pretty girl? That's like a copper ticket at best. Also, I added a cheeky increase. That way I have an odd number, which is what they want me to have. That's a paper ticket. Screw any medals. Goodbye. Or are you gonna go off to your couch? Are you gonna leave? She has been really good with Artie's new feeder. Because she's like, no, I don't really like the way that this closes on me. So she'll look at her food and be like, dang, I really want that. And then just walk away. And I'm proud of her. This is the expensive one. It is. I discovered what I need to do is I need to leave that feeder on open mode. And so it knows Artie's chip. The issue was I misunderstood that you could have both the chip and the collar on at the same time. Did my music just stop all of a sudden? Yes. All right. There we go. I'm sitting here, I'm like, why is it really quiet? So yeah, I thought that I could have both, like the feeder and the microchip, but evidently it was one or the other. All right, sure. So what I have instead is her microchip is registered to it. So if Pippin sticks her head in the machine, it's like, wait a minute, that's not the right chip, and closes. So instead of already having to put her head in there to open it and deal with the loud sound and all the other stuff, it's always open. And if Pippin goes to stick her head in it, or if I were to stick the collar in there, which has the RFID chip in it, it would close then too. So it's been working though. She's been eating out of it. Right now I've had both feeders still, like her original one, and then anything she doesn't eat in the original one goes into the new auto feeder. Mostly because with her stomach the way that it is, I need her to make sure that she's eating. I can't just be like, you just have to like get used to it and deal with it. But she has been eating out of both feeders. So at this point, I'm going to like decrease how much she's getting from the old feeder and start like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to slowly make the transition over so that way I just need to make sure she's still eating. I need to make sure that she's not stressed out about the new feeder. And she's like, well, then I'm just not going to eat. And then she ends up feeling nauseous. And then we end up at the vet to get a shot. So I've had to do it a little slow. It works for now because I'm home. And I just make sure that any food that's left is in the feeder that closes. Then Pippa gets the sound and the discouragement correct. Mm-hmm. I'm debating if I mow the lawn today. Because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and then we have one nice day, and then it rains for like 3 more days. And so I fear that if I wait until it's dry, that it's gonna be like really long. Ugh. I can't wait for James to get home. For so many reasons. I feel like it's gonna be really weird because he's been gone. He's been gone for 5 months at this point. I haven't seen him in 5 months. And a lot of stuff has happened. I don't know, 7 months feels like in a lifetime. I know that it's not, but like so much has happened. I don't think I have ever caught this many Pokemon. Hell yes, Elf! That's a huge celebration. I'm so happy for you. We love to see it. We're gonna have to do more math. I hope that you're ready. Ready. I can give you guys the math problem at the end of this round if you want. A row. Same thing. The back and forth, yeah. As soon as possible. I don't blame you. No, that's exciting. That's a big deal. Because they really don't make it easy for you to pay off your loans. Not student loans. Like the interest chart, like so much about it. Okay. So, my round has 59 stitches. Okay. They said 41. So that's a difference of 18. They want me to increase by 13 stitches. Or, well, actually, here, hang on. Well, again, Emily, this sweater is technically meant for, like, I think... This goes up to child size 10. And this is fitting an adult. So they increase the size. So the numbers aren't right. Like, there were, like, when this was cast off, like, I was supposed to be picking up 13 stitches on the back, and I had 16. On the front, I was supposed to be picking up 4. I was picking up 8. Like, it was done on purpose. It was sized up. Everything about it has been sized up. Doing like, we've discovered it's about 20% bigger. It needs to be about 20% cooler. If you know what that is, I love you. Anyway. So, we were supposed to have 41 stitches. Hang on, I zoomed in so that you guys could see. Okay. We were supposed to have 41. We're at 59. So here we're supposed to increase by 21 stitches for a total of 62. So how many stitches should I actually increase? If these are the kind of math problems I needed growing up. I don't care about Susie and her 20 apples. So if I were to add 18 stitches to 62, I would have 80. I know that it's more than. The issue became there were 10 stitches here that needed to be picked up, and then there was like a few spots here where it would have left a weird gap if I didn't. So in order to have gotten the 20%, I would have had weird puckering. Yeah. The original pattern is a 51% or 52% increase. Okay, so 41 stitches to 62 stitches is a 52% increase. See, this is why. So this here, the 41 and the 62, that's a 52% increase. So we need, if we have to do a 52% increase, then we would need to add how many? I'd have to add 31 stitches. That's like every other stitch I'm adding. Oh, how many dimes? I'm like, times? I know, they didn't have any notes. Other than, like, what page number in the top corner things were. See, that seems like too big of an increase, because if I was only adding... Or no. Yeah, I guess it is just about. Because, like, looking, this is easier for me to work. 35 is easier for me than 41. 35 and 15, that's almost half. 15 is almost half. Like, it obviously isn't. But then you have 21 and 41, which is, yeah, so you're basically... I had 41 stitches and now I'm adding 21. So I would, like, knit one, then, like, do you know what I mean? So I need to have an even number. Right now I have an odd number, which is what I'm supposed to do. And I need to end with an even number. So we can... Is this like... I don't know. It feels... It already feels kind of big. Y'all think it'll be okay? Adding 31 would be 90. I need to increase on the next row, not this one. So, we have one more row to debate. Just kidding. We're on the increase row. Or wait. Hold on. No, I do have one more. Okay. Right, because this was just pick up and knit a stitch in each of the 3. Okay. So that was picking up and knitting. Then we knit one, purled one this way. Then we purled one, knit one this way. No, then we knit one, purl one this way. What's the first pattern row for the back? Back. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. We're all right. No, it's increasing all in one row. In that yarn, yeah. So, you know what's funny, Emily? This hood, there's meant to be a zipper that goes from here, like, down the center. And you're supposed to be able to unzip it so that it does fold down. But, and that's why I'm wondering, I feel like that's going to be too big. We're not going to be doing that zipper. But I do wonder if it would be too big if I increase by that much. I could add a lifeline and we could try increasing 21 instead of 31. I don't know, chat. They may have expanded that much to account for the shoulders when it's unzipped, yeah. Like, it's already at a point where, like, it's... Like... I don't think I need to add that much. I really don't. Okay, I'll add a lifeline on this round. Check it against a hoodie. I'll go get a hoodie. I'll add a lifeline. You all place some words on stream. Okay? And then we'll come back and we'll figure it out. Alright, we're back. Well, ads are ending. I realized I grabbed 2 different sweaters. Hi, James! I went and grabbed 2 different sweaters with hoods. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to add very many stitches at all. And then as I was starting to do the lifeline, I realized, wait, people might not know what that is and might be curious. So basically, you know how in crochet you can just like frog back and you don't lose everything? Right? Like you can just pull it all out and it doesn't matter. You can just keep stitching. Well, with knitting, if you pull everything out and it comes undone, flying is so much fun. Oh no! Did you take any other pictures? Our text messages, like, we're not going through to each other. Like, I got one from you, like, at a random point. I don't think you got ones from me. That's infuriating. In the forward loadmaster station, halfway through going through checklists with the pilot and co-pilot. I didn't show chat the picture you sent me. I don't know if I can. Or if you wanted me to. Mom loved it, though. I can? Okay. I'll wait until Curious is out of ad hell. Your name is not visible at all. Like, if anything, your rank is, but it's not even clear enough to read what your rank is. I don't know. I don't know if this makes any sense. Maybe it's because you and I don't really FaceTime much unless there's, like, a problem. Like, the washing machine's broken, or the dog, or whatever. Like, the picture you sent me, I'm just sitting here looking, I'm like, I miss his face. Like, it's gonna be weird that in, like, a month, it's gonna be back. I don't know. Like, I was just saying, like, 5 months apart is wild. Like, obviously it's 7, it's longer, but we saw each other at Christmas, so. Hi, welcome back! I'm so sorry you were stuck in ad purgatory. I don't know. There's not even an option to run ads that long. Oh, yippee! I escaped! Welcome back! Hi! You came to welcome Curious back? So we're so glad you made it! This is the picture I got from James today. Today was him actually flying and doing all the things. So he got to do his actual job in the actual plane, in the actual air. Hi! What's up? Boop. Happened of an ad before jumping to. That's so weird. Yeah, I don't know why. Wait a minute! Oh no. Wait, I think that I just had a brain fart. It was a moment. When have you ever been on a boat deep sea fishing? Okay, I had a brain fart and I thought that someone had donated more to the Switch, but I was wrong. I was like, hold up, wait. Okay. Anywho. You used to go in high school all the time? That was that was where your yearly field trip was? I don't know why that's so funny to me. Anyway, so I was starting to do the Lifeline, and I realized that some people might not know what that is. So when you are crocheting, right, you can just undo stuff without worry of your work coming undone. But with knitting, if you miss a stitch, it'll like undo the whole thing. A lifeline is just a piece of yarn or ribbon or something that you weave through the last round row piece of the project that you're like, yep, this is correct. So that way, if you're like, oh no, I made a mistake, you can take it off and it'll frog back to your lifeline, because just like how this cable is in here and so my stitches aren't coming undone, this lifeline will be there as I continue to work. And so if it doesn't work out, I can pull back and it'll act like the cable, if you will. So it will keep my stitches from unraveling past the last point that I know was good. So if we end up being like, ah, crap, this was a bad idea, I undo to here safely without panicking. There's an option out of 50, you always picked it. Oh. First come, first serve. You're so cute, James. We didn't do a lot of field trips. Like, we would sometimes do stuff to, like, a museum. Or, but again, like, when you live in New Jersey, there's a lot of places, you know, there's Philly, there's New York. Like, there's a lot of places you can go. I guess depending on where you live, you might not have, but no, I remember going on on field trips. I just don't remember ever having like a deep sea fishing field trip. I don't know. That's not something I ever. Not something I would have done either. Get to go fish and be on a boat in the ocean. It was great. You're cute. That sounds like hell on earth to me. Every year through elementary and then only a couple in high school. And you got to keep the fish. Alright, lifelines in place. So, Petrichor had a good idea. They said, go and get a sweater. So I did. I got 2, actually. I am very surprised. Literally everything about that sounds like a punishment. Out in the ocean, fishing. No. To the live theater place. Oh, or a pizza place. That's fun. Alright, so... here's option 1. Okay, this is just a hood. This is not a zip up. This is a pullover style on a favorite sweater of mine. And it is very straight. It does not bump out at all. Okay. I also have this one, which is a zip-up hoodie, which is similar, obviously, to the style that we're making. And it, once again, is pretty much just straight. And this... so I almost think... because, so here, I'll put this one on so that you guys can see what the hood looks like. James, what we're trying to figure out right now, is it told me to add like 1,000,000 stitches. And I'm like, I don't think I need to. Cause like... so this, it's gonna be the same stitch as this. It's gonna be this same exact... I don't know what this is considered. It's a knit one, knit in the stitch below. Like, that's the pattern. So you knit your first stitch, and then the next stitch you knit below, and it drops, and then you knit the next stitch, you knit below. So yeah, I think that maybe adding like 13 to 15 stitches would be okay, but I wouldn't go past that. I wouldn't go much more than that. No, I have no desire to see the Titanic in person either. It's not a tourist attraction. It's a burial ground. Like, it's not... I've never understood that. Like, the museums, learning about it, yes. That is interesting. That is, you know, it's worth learning about, but I wouldn't want to go down there either. Went to the state fair. I always came home with way too much stuff. Oh my god, that would be so fun. Going under the sea to me is a no-no. So every Every 3.9333 stitches, I need to add an increase. I do a lot of silly things, but that's never going to be one of them. Part of what makes it's the gauge, and it's the bigger yarn. Like, I also feel like a lot of times we get used to seeing like amigurumi or things that are more snugly made. I'm knitting with a 10.5 size needle, and 2 strands of yarn. So the knit one below is what gives it the like kind of bumpy texture. Like the kind of it's very plush. It's a very, very like thick fabric. Like if I pull on this, and this makes sense for clothing of that era, right? Where you're really using it to make like garments to keep you warm. No air is coming through this. Like, I'm pulling on it. Okay? There's like no gaps through it. It is very dense. Girl, why are you attacking your sister's collar? Huh? Oh. Why are you attacking it? I'm okay going there, but it's not. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like if you're going there, you're going there. I don't know. I hate to say it like this too. It's different. It's not. You're not walking through like wreckage. You're not going down to look at like wreckage. It's a museum that's there now. Not the actual structure. I don't know if that makes any sense either. The rest is already bigger, yeah. I think it's a good idea to check. Yeah, I agree. To pay respects, not to gawk, yeah. I think that scientists going down to the Titanic, which normally they send like robots with really good cameras, I think that is okay and smart. You're learning. You're going down there to observe how the ocean plays a part in different things. Like, that to me is fine. That to me is not disrespectful, but like having a bunch of billionaires pay money to go down to the bot, like that, you know what I mean? There's a difference. There's a big difference between going down to learn, to broaden our knowledge on things, to versus going down there to be like, I took a selfie in front of the... like, no. No, you deserve whatever's coming to you. Don't do that. Have some respect. Yeah. Yes. Yes. They're learning about how DC affects bacteria decomposition. Yeah, how the, you know, the ocean moves the item, how the ocean takes over it. Like you said, there's bacteria, there is organisms that start to grow. It is a rare thing to be able to study. but it shouldn't be like a tourist thing. Not everything in the world needs to or should be a tourist attraction. Yeah. Zero gravity flights. Yep. I agree. So I am working in the knit stitch. And increasing. Yeah, that's part of it too. It's not like the boat sank and everyone was fine. um it's I mean, we have a lot of stupid people making stupid choices, honestly. $16. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, hang on. See how the lifeline works? See how it's still on the thing? I'm going to alternate between increasing every 3 stitches and every 4 stitches because it's not exact. So hold on. 1, 2, 3. So I have to go to here. Okay. See how it sits there now? And then I can just pick it back up. Instead of being like, oh my god, I've lost it all. Really cool, yeah. 4.5. Yeah. Not the lifeline being in the way. Get out of here. I need you here, but I don't need you in this stitch. I like how we were all so excited at the beginning of stream for like the Pokemon that were in it, and now we're like, Bramblegast? Whatever. Been on an odd documentary kick again lately. All sorts of topics. History is interesting. What a hilarious name. It looks like a tumbleweed, literally. James, you don't have that ball. Use a different one. Quick, go buy some more balls for yourself. Get yourself some Ultra Balls. Oh, God. So, you can either type directly in the chat, like Poke Shop, and then, like, you could do this. Like that. Or, well, there you go. Or you can scroll down and it's in this thing here. You go to the bag and then you go to shop. And then you can buy stuff here. Okay. How many stitches am I at? Okay, so I increased by 11. Right? Okay, I have 71 now. I had 59 before. And now we're doing this until the hood measures a certain amount. It's not going to be the amount that it says here because it's just not. We'll have to figure that out. We might just have to measure it, honestly. Yeah. Alright. So this is the wrong side. So the wrong side is just knit. And then the right side is the pattern. So once again, I feel like we've hardly done anything today, but such is the nature of things sometimes, I guess. Sorry, I don't know why you all put up with me. It's been 84 years. We did. There's been a lot of math happening lately in stream, which feels illegal. Who else would have had us investigating working out a 50-year-old knitting pattern? I don't know. I don't know. No one's sane. I, for one, find it fascinating. You know, I guess this is a lot like history we were just talking about. Oh, y'all are sweet. I know. That's knitting for you, and it is not the fastest. It is not. Especially when you have to keep pausing to do math breaks. Who wants a normal crafting stream where we follow a well-written modern pattern? With photos. So, James, when do you fly again? On Thursday? That's like easy mode. Let's make things more interesting. Yeah. Make things more challenging. Should be Thursday. Do you have class in between or are you off? Probably not off. You're off, really? I am shook. We get yeah, sure. All right. It is time to do the magics. It's time for the magics. And he's got another month. Best not to like give out specifics with military stuff, but we're almost at like we're almost under a month. So okay. Start pattern. Knit the first stitch, knit in the stitch below. Yeah. So the pattern works. You knit in the first, like in the stitch. And then instead of knitting in the stitch again, you knit down one. So I actually knit down here. And then that stitch technically pulls through. And that's what makes the little bump. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so like you're dropping it down into like the space below, but you're still keeping it, like you're not undoing it. It's hard to explain. It drops down though. Yes. Yeah. Uh-oh. That one wasn't right. that one dropped fully. It's fine. Knit, knit below, knit. There we go. What should we work on tomorrow, chat? Do we try and finish this? I know, it could be a finish on a Wednesday. Because all the math is done. So now it's just a matter of doing it, you know? I love that. I haven't had animal crackers in a hot minute. You've enjoyed this little sweater journey? It's been fun to, like, share it with you all. Because, like, yeah, I could do it off stream, but it's a neat project. Plus, I feel like the collective hive mind figuring out some of these things has been really helpful. If I'm being so honest. Because sometimes when you're like, oh, what should I do here? Does the pattern go all the way and then stitch it in half to form the hood? Yes. Yep. So, because the pattern originally had a zipper in the middle. So what you would do is you would, like, stitch it to, like, here. And then you would put, like, a zipper. Gluten-free frosted animal crackers. Oh my gosh. This is the nice row. This row is just plain old knit. I hope that they're delicious. Yep. So you knit one row, and then the next row is the knit under, and you also alternate. So on one row you start your knit below in the second stitch, and another row you're going to do your knit below in the first stitch. So one is the even and one is the odd, and that's what staggers them to make it look, because that was one thing I learned the first time, was if you do it, and it makes like a neat looking pattern too, if you do them all on like the same one, then it kind of almost makes like little like hills and valleys, if that makes sense. Like you have the like nub, if you will, of like the drop below, and then when you knit, it makes like it's smooth, and so you could kind of make a cool texture that way too, but it's not the texture of this sweater. The first time I tried it, I'm like, why is this coming out wrong? And then I realized. Then I realized. I'm learning so much about knitting. It's kind of funny to me that it was like, I mean, my first ever like technically fiber art was learning how to needlepoint with my mom. Needlepoint and knitting kind of came around the same time, honestly. Crocheting did not come until much later, but I feel much more confident in my ability to crochet. Which I don't know. I don't know why. But maybe it's just that I don't do as many like knit projects as I did crochet. Maybe it's just because knit projects take so long that I tend to only work on like a handful of those versus a lot of the crochet ones I did that take less time. Obviously, that's not the case for everything. Like I made the blanket for my brother, and that took forever, and that was crocheted. I can't even imagine how long that would have taken if it was knit. This is like the only way for me to like knit big things. Like, I would knit a blanket if it was double-stranded like this, and I could use giant knitting needles. But using tiny yarn and small knitting needles, I would cry. I learned to sew and knit as a child from your mom. Never took to knitting. Not enough control for you. I learned to crochet as an adult by myself. Yeah, a lot of us do. That's kind of one of the cool things about, like, the internet is learning a new craft thanks to the internet. I mean, obviously you can also read books and stuff like that, but I feel like the resources to learn a craft now, because before, if you just had to depend on like books and things like that, if you were not the kind of learner who could learn through reading, then getting a book wouldn't help you. If you were the kind of person who needs to see or needs to hear it, then the book isn't going to do anything for you. Learn the other way. Your mom taught you to crochet and sew, and you taught yourself to knit. I learned how to do chains with my mom. Like, that was the only thing I ever crocheted, was just chains. The internet to find the right book is true. Alright, so maybe what I should do is, instead of keeping track, I should keep track of which row I'm on. So that was technically the third row in the pattern. And now we're knitting in the row below to start. Which is like the trickiest way to start. So honestly, using a crochet hook. Beautiful. A pot holder. 3 rows tall that look like an alligator. An Afghan book with hundreds of stitched pictures. Pictures, I used it for years until I finally got Stitches memorized. Oh yeah, Stitch, like a Stitch encyclopedia is so, like, that's a very handy thing. I have one. Hooray! You guys can't see that because this yarn is so busy, but we're doing it, chat! We're doing it! I just realized I have plans with my brother, so I can't even mow the lawn. I know I could reschedule, but honestly, it's 6 o'clock? Dang it. Welcome back. Wait, this looks right. I just shouldn't start, end on the same stitch. But everything lines up. Hmm. I'm waiting for the ads to be done. I didn't realize they were starting. Thank you all for sitting through ads. I apologize. I did not realize that they were about to start because I was counting. I was doing the math. I wanted to measure or see how big a normal hood is. So that way we know about how much we need to make of this. Yeah. So I guess we'll work on this more tomorrow. I know that we have a lot of people who are really enjoying it, but I also feel like maybe some people are bored with it. But you know what? I want to get it done. People can come and hang out for the company. The company's the same regardless of... Well, I guess that's not true. I'm the same regardless as what I'm working on. People definitely have preferences for what they watch. But I'm here. I have a perfect stream streak. I have never missed one of my own streams. So, I'll always be here. Alright, we're gonna end here. That way I can take out the trash, eat some dinner, all that jazz. But we are stopping on round 1. It is repeat number 1 out of 4. So if future Megan is like, what the hell? 1. I'm leaving on 1. Yeah, that was a regular knit row. So the knit ones are fast. Let me really quick take a look at this hood. Just so we have an idea. So like 34 millimeters, 13 inches. Gosh, we're not gonna finish this tomorrow. I'm never gonna finish this. Why does knitting take so long? Ugh. I hate it here. For future Megan. Thank you. Alright. Well, I'll see you all tomorrow. We'll get more of this done. I don't know how much of it, but we'll get more of it. Oh gosh. You did, yeah. You dropped in right at the end. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 Eastern. And we will keep working on this sweater. Maybe we'll have... Well, the good news is that we have a Friday that's different. I didn't have you guys do a vote. I'll do an extra vote tomorrow. Okay? Remind me. Remind me and I'll do an extra vote. I've got a lot to remember tomorrow. How much will Megan remember? Tune in tomorrow and find out. No, but see, I do want to work on it. I just worry that chat doesn't want me to work on it. I'm quite enjoying it because I want to finish it. It's been... I want to work on finishing things, you know? So I'm enjoying it. I'm just worried that chat's like, please, dear God, enough. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a really good rest of your time zone, okay? Eat some tasty food, drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself. I'll see you guys tomorrow.